Hello, this is Mrs. Toner. Welcome to the AP Test Prep Cheat Sheet, info from the College Board, or how to prepare for your exam like a superhero. This video is a summary of pertinent information that was given to AP teachers during a webinar that was first aired on April 28, 2020. It is, however, not a substitute for information on the actual College Board website. So please be aware of this and visit the links that I've included to get more specific information on your AP test. Also, note that there will be a simulated testing experience available for you starting next week on May 4th. Let's begin with some encouraging words from the College Board. First, yes, the test is only one essay question, rhetorical analysis for Lang and prose for Lit, but it is not designed to be more difficult than tests of previous years for students to score a 4 or a 5 and receive college credit. It is not graded on a curve, so all students who earn these higher scores can receive them. Also, many colleges and universities have already indicated that they will give credit for scores on this exam, and some of these universities include specifically Virginia Tech, Boston College, and George Washington University, to name a few. First, I would like to review the dates and the schedule for your AP exam. AP Lit will be given on May 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and AP Lang will be given on May 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But please note that you are expected to log into the test 30 minutes before the exam start time. Here's a brief checklist to get you started of things that you will want to do before the exam. First, you will want to write down your 8-character AP ID. And you can find this in your exam confirmation email and your exam e-ticket, or in My AP. Your exam confirmation email I will mention later, but you will receive it on May 4th. Your e-ticket you will receive 2 days before your exam. Also, write down the name of your exam. Write down the exam date for your subject. Write the exam start time for your time zone, and write your check-in time. Some things to consider on the day of the exam. Make sure you have your AP exam e-ticket email. Again, I will discuss the importance of the e-ticket later. Make sure that you've checked that the e-ticket is for this exam, not for another AP exam you're taking, and that it has the correct exam date on it. Make sure your device is plugged in. Make sure that your browser is Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Edge. These are the browsers that will support the AP exam. Make sure you've practiced the exam demo. If you are typing your exam, make sure that you've opened a Google Doc or Word doc or another type of document you will use, and that you have prepared one document for English and history exams. Also, make sure you've typed your 8-character AP ID and initials at the top of each document. If you are handwriting your exam, make sure you've prepared one set of pages for your English exam. Make sure that you have reviewed the list of required materials for the specific exam. I will go over these later. And make sure that you have also reviewed the exam security guidelines. If you were at home, make sure you've asked others not to disturb you or use devices or services that need a lot of bandwidth during your exam testing period. And if you have been approved for special accommodations by the College Board, make sure you review the information on those accommodations prior to the exam. During the exam, know that once it is started, you should not refresh the browser or use the back arrow. Know that you will keep the exam question open on your device so that you can see the timer and the 5-minute warning that says you will need to submit it. When you see the on-screen warning that time is almost up, that would be 5 minutes before the deadline for submitting your response, you must stop working on your response and start the process of attaching or pasting and submitting your response. Understand that if you do not attach or paste your response and click submit before the countdown on your screen is complete, you will receive 0 points for that question. When you see the on-screen warning that time is almost up, again, 5 minutes before the deadline, please stop working on your response and start the process for submitting it. If you accidentally close your browser or tab, or you lose internet connection, or have some other disruption, you can click on your exam e-ticket to rejoin your exam. And if you cannot rejoin your exam, or if you lose too much time trying to regain access, you can request a makeup test by completing the request for makeup form I will discuss later. First thing to remember is that the e-ticket is your most important tool in taking the AP exam. It is your infinity gem. And on May 4th, you will receive an email with your AP ID and a list of exams you are registered for. You can check which exams you're registered for now in My AP. If you are not registered for an AP exam, that means you were not part of the exam registrations received from Broad Run, and unfortunately, it is too late to generate an e-ticket for you to test this year. There are other options, however. You can take a CLEP exam for credit on a college campus, or take the AP exam in May of 2021. 2 days before each exam, you will receive an email with your personalized e-ticket and AP ID. The e-tickets are used to log into the exam, log back into the exam if you accidentally close a browser window, lose power, or your computer crashes during testing. According to the College Board, the exam screen will guide students step by step on test day from the moment they click their e-ticket. Most students will be able to navigate the test using this information. So there are 5 basic steps we were told to relay that you should take before exam day. Step 1 is to review your contact info. This is especially important if you have not been receiving emails from the College Board. That probably means they do not have your correct email address. Log into AP, My AP, and make sure that the email you use when you registered is correct. You can change it if you need to. Check your tech. Choose and prepare the device and documents you will use. You will not need a lockdown browser, but you may not use Internet Explorer, and if you happen to have Grammarly as a plugin, you will need to remove it before the exam. This is a tech issue with that specific plugin. Step 2, continue checking your tech for typing. Decide whether you will be using Google Docs, Microsoft Word, Notes, or another application. Remember, if you are using a cloud document like Google Docs and you want to attach it, you'll have to download the doc in one of the approved formats, doc, docx, PDF, text, and save it to your device. Before test day, prepare your doc by typing your AP ID and initials at the top. I would suggest a header, and then saving it to a clearly labeled folder on your desktop so it's easy to find. For the AP English exam, you'll need to create just one document per exam. Technically, there are 3 ways to submit your answer, but, well, let me go through the 3 ways first. You can type your response directly into the test window. You can also type your response as a separate document and attach it. You can also actually handwrite your response and attach photos of up to 5. However, for the English exam, the suggestion is to type your response in a separate window that you will keep open side by side with the exam window during testing. Keep autosave on and save your work as you go. Then, when the timer gives you the 5-minute warning to submit, attach your work or copy and paste it into the window if you choose option 1. Now, back on what to do before the exam. Step 3, use the AP 2020 exam demo to practice and test your tech. This demo should be available on May 4th at cb.org/AP-demo. It will allow you to practice the different ways of submitting your responses. Remember, if you cannot connect to this demo from your planned testing device, you will not be able to access the real exam on test day. Update your browser, then try again. If you still cannot access the demo, contact the AP coordinator, and your teacher can help with that, and we will get you tech support. Step 4, know what you need on test day. You will need your exam e-ticket email, your completed exam day checklist, including your AP ID, your device, your laptop, tablet, or smartphone. For this test, a laptop or tablet with keyboard is probably best. Your browser, Chrome is recommended, internet or cellular connection, and any assistive technology and devices for those with approved to test with accommodations. A word about optional resources. Yes, class notes, study guides, test books, and other classroom resources are allowed on this exam. But keep in mind, as the College Board states, internet searches will waste your time and put you at risk of an exam violation. You may not incorporate work that is not your own, and you may not provide or receive aid of any kind from anyone. And there are several protocols in place to prevent cheating on this exam, according to the College Board, to identify students attempting to receive help through the web, a phone, or social media. Sophisticated detection technologies and processes will be applied. Most techniques will be kept confidential to maximize their effectiveness. Cheating will result in a nullified score, and this information will be sent to colleges or universities flagged to receive your scores. Basically, it's a timed right. Read, analyze, write. You don't need anything besides your own amazing brains to be successful on this test. Step 5, look for your exam confirmation and e-ticket emails. Again, these will be coming on May 4th and 2 days before your exam. And then on exam day, 30 minutes before your start time, use your e-ticket to check in. Complete your identity information. Wait for your exam to begin automatically. 45 minutes is the time you have to complete the exam. After your question appears, you will have that amount of time to read and complete your response. And then the extra 5 minutes, you'll be prompted to submit your answer and have 5 minutes to do so. For your testing environment, remove distractions. Enable the Do Not Disturb or quiet setting on your device. Let your parents, guardians, siblings, friends, and pets know that you will be testing, so they won't disturb you. Make sure your device is plugged in and watch the bandwidth. Limited Wi-Fi could be a problem, especially if other people in the house are streaming or gaming, etc. Have your checklist, any required documents next to you. A word about managing time. During your exam, you will see a timer at the bottom of your screen that lets you know how much time you have left. Keep the timer visible. 5 minutes before time is up, the timer turns red, and you will see a pop-up reminding you to submit. Stop where you are and copy or paste, attach your work. Then click Submit. Keep in mind, you can still earn a 5 even if you don't finish a response. But if you don't submit your response on time, you will not get any credit for it. And losing track of time or not submitting a response in time is not an acceptable reason for requesting a makeup test. For submitting your response, it's a 2-step process. You attach or paste your response and you click Submit. If you do not click Submit before the timer runs out, your response does not count. Once you click Submit, your response may continue to transfer depending on the bandwidth. And that is fine, so long as you click Submit before the timer ran out. You want to double check that it went through. If your response continues to transfer after the exam ends, you must wait for an on-screen message confirming that your exam is complete. Make sure submissions have fully loaded before you close your browser, turn off, or restart your computer. And if you do not see the Your Exam is Complete message, you should go to cb.org/request-makeup to explain the situation and request an e-ticket for the June makeup date. So what if something goes wrong? First and foremost, don't panic and don't call. Customer service centers will not be open due to the pandemic. According to the College Board, if you lost too much time due to a technical problem, aren't able to connect to your exam, or experience some other serious disruption, you can request a makeup exam. Remember, if you accidentally close the browser, your device crashes, or you temporarily lose internet access, you can quickly click your exam, you guessed it, e-ticket, again, to return to the exam. And if you feel your performance has been negatively impacted, you can request a makeup exam at cb.org/requestmakeup. That's about it for now. Just remember to check your email and complete the practice demo beginning May 4th. Check with your teacher if you have any questions or concerns. Until later, best of luck, stay safe, and AP Avengers Assemble.